Well, Michelle got lucky and met me. She hit the lottery in life. And the first summer, we started dating during hunting season, and we got married that next summer. She wasn't gonna let me get away. Well, I mean, she put the hammer down pretty quick and get me married. When me and Michelle first got married, we'd been dating and we living together. We lived in Sin, and we got married. And when we got married, Michelle was a teacher. And Michelle told me I was having hell all the time with restaurants here the year before because they would close. They'd be open one day and the next day they weren't. And I included meals, and so I would just pay for it. So I was in a situation where I was like, I'm not providing meals no more. This is too much of it. It's just a pain in the ass all the time. Michelle said, if I had a kitchen out there, I could cook and feed everybody. Michelle's a great cook. And she's a great hostess. And so I go, you sure? She goes, yeah, I don't mind that at all. So boom, that started. Now, the first year we did it, we had a couple of ladies that worked for us also, and they did a lot of the cooking. Michelle would do desserts, and she didn't have to do a lot of cooking. It's Mexican ladies. We did Mexican food about 3 days a week. And it just kind of progressed into where we are now, into the new kitchen and the new dining hall, and I've got a great staff of ladies that work for me. But Michelle popped off one day and said, hey, I can take care of these meals. And she did.
I just always loved cooking, or to cook for people. It's kind of my love language. I believe it was a Super Bowl party, maybe, he was having out here. And I've made a few snacks and stuff, and he was like, hey, you're really good at this. Well, I can do this. So they were taking people out to a restaurant here around town. And I just thought, I can do that. You know, we can have it more kind of family oriented, you know, more like a family scene. And we can do it here. Don't have to take them all the way to town. And let's be honest, there was drinking, there was driving, and you know, it just makes it easier to do out here. And my big mouth said, I can do that. So Michelle got a kitchen. And Michelle did it all by herself for a couple of years. And I take that back. I had a couple of ladies that helped. And Payne, you know, was very small. Andy and Zach were very small. So I did have a lot more help in the evening times than I do now. But yeah, that's how I did it. Just my mouth said, I can do that. It's no big deal.
Hard like a truck. I'd like to drive that. You have one of my hall passes, you know, that I talked about.
Oh, y'all have hall passes? Don't let them come back to bite you in the butt. Ask Jeff. I don't. He did. Well, we played that game, and I made him go first, and it was a lady in town. And I was like, so every time we see her.
Really?
Nobody. I say, And he said,
They're not real, like if it happened.
No. Mom and Jeff were talking about it. He picked the lady in town.
I told him, you go first.
That is not what all fast mean.
Exactly.
That raises eyebrows, not fucking, oh, okay, I could see that.
Exactly.
I said St. Lainey Wilson, my wife goes, oh yeah, I could see that.
Lainey Wilson's your hall pass. How many hall passes do you have? Who? Lainey?
Everybody else's hall pass. Jennifer Anderson. Yeah, Jennifer.
Basically anybody famous is a hall pass.
No. Not, well, yeah. If I told Emily, well, some old lady in town.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
She'd
better
kill
than
me.
that, it was a mom to a boy in Zach's class. And they were still in school. So we
What
saw
an
them
idiot.
every school.
Yeah, you gotta like reach for the stars in the hall pass.
Yeah. No, it was
Oh.
really.
Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, lady 2 houses down.
Yeah, lady at the end of the
She'd let
block.
me do it, I'd fuck her.
Yeah.
That's not a hall pass.
No.
That's just a weird fantasy.
See, and I was
Yeah.
smart because I said, you go first.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that, and I was like, really? And he was like, well, who would you? I said, nobody would you.
Well, that was stupid.
I'll win.
That is fucking hilarious.
He just didn't understand the game.
Now that you mention it, I've thought about doing this a couple times.
We still see her.
Jennifer Aniston, or Paige
didn't age real
Ferrari,
well.
or,
Yeah.
you know, something crazy.
Not Amy, whose kid went to school with your kid.
Yeah.
That just makes PTO meetings weird.
Oh, very weird. And when her husband sent workers to her house to do work.
And every time after that, whenever you see them in public, you know Michelle was like,
Yeah, that's what she's saying. There's your hall pass walking by.
Yeah, oh, go get it.
There it is.
So she started doing meals, and it just kind of turned into Michelle's deal. I don't worry about the kitchen at all. And it's funny because I've got other friends of mine that are outfitting business, and that's one of their biggest things they worry about is the food situation. I don't worry about food at all. I don't worry about what we're feeding anybody because I know it's a good meal. Sometimes I'll worry about us not having enough if we got a bunch of big eaters here, but we always make extra, and we've never ran out of food. There's some times we've been pretty damn close though. But we do all you can eat. I mean, it's like a buffet. You go and get what you want to do. You get you something you eat, you come back. I've had guys eat 3 and 4 steaks sometimes. And Pete Peterman, and I've got to kind of get on to him some about that. But most of the clients, it's never a problem. But I don't worry about the meals. Michelle does such a wonderful job, and those ladies do. And they actually, the ladies besides Michelle, they care about what happens here, and it shows on what we feed people. So that's how Michelle started doing the meals. She decided one day she didn't want to teach, and now that she's of age, she could retire as a teacher. She probably wishes she had kept teaching.
I suppose if I were to say I had a goal out here, it would be to make sure that no matter how the day had gone or how the morning had gone, that they were going to, feel at home out here and have warm home-cooked meals, as well the clients and the guides, because they work their faces off. And I try to keep that in mind when doing the meals. I know they get sick of roast. I know they get sick of meatloaf. I know there's things they really, really want. And so I try to make that happen because they're away from their homes. So it's not just the clients, it's the guides, it's y'all, it's the whole team.
we are out here in a staging field, as Jeff Stanfield would call it. There's a loaf pond to our south, and the Brewst is to the north, and there's a couple feeds and some peanuts around us. This is a field they come in and kind of stage in before they go hit the peanuts. So it's quite a few birds in here yesterday, 3, 4, 5,000, and hopefully they come back. Don't have any wind, but you know, when you're me, you just adapt and overcome.
Get him, guys! Get him! Get him!
Did we get all three?
That's what he said.
Yeah, we did. They're dead.
No, not me.
Sorry, guys. I had to call it there. They were getting out.
Get him straight up, guys! Straight up!
There you go. Got no wind this morning. They calling for a little more than we got. There's literally nothing. So they're just kind of doing whatever they want. We kind of said it like we'd have a little bit of wind, so we had a little thick, I think, in spots. So with no wind, I like to thin it out and make space for laying wherever they want. So we thinned it out and just made no really shape or form or anything to it. Just made it bigger, made it thinner, density-wise. So see if that doesn't help get them a little closer at least. So guess we'll get in and see what it does.
Shoot that one up front! Shoot it!
Jesus
Where'd he come from?
Just seen him and I was like, we can shoot that one.
I'm glad you did, because we would have been kicking ourselves and Yoda would have said, well, I didn't know you're calling the shots. Fuck that, you see that's something. Kill it.
Get him up top, guys, get him!
Even belly down, nice work.
Get him up top, guys, get him!
gonna be upset if he made it. Oh no.
What the fuck? How do we recover?
Headshot. He's gonna go down. No way he doesn't. You shitting me, Clark? Right fucking there. There's never a good time to shoot them, you know? Some of them birds still have to be hungry. They didn't get all the peanuts they wanted. And we have lots of peanuts in here for them. Fuckers, dude. I'll piss a guy off real quick.
Fucking birds.
Come that fucking low and we'll do nothing.
Not even look.
They literally skirted around us, and by the time they got to the strudel, they went right over top of him. Oh, here we go. Look at these, Yoder. Be very still. Very still. They're gonna suck right in. Get him, boys! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! There we go. I was like, oh, keep coming, but as soon as I had any inkling that they weren't going to do it.
Get him, guys!
Touchdown. Putty.
Good.
Ended the hunt here, guys. Once the wind picked up, we moved some decoys around. They started working a little better. They started coming back to water, and we caught a few coming back. So we ended the day pretty good. So we are going to pick this stuff up, get out of here, because Michelle's making cookies, and we're gonna head back to the lodge for lunch.
Pacific Calls is the place to go. They've got my favorite duck call out in the world, the PCD, and they've got the speckle belly call that I use every single day, the 530. You cannot go wrong with Pacific Calls. And if you use our promo code BHP25, you can save 25% off at checkout. There's no other company in the waterfowl world that is going to give you that big of a discount. Everybody wants a brand new duck call or a goose call or a turkey call. Whatever you're chasing, Pacific Calls has got you covered. And you can save money by using our promo code BHP25. Trevor and Alex do a fantastic job of putting out quality products for every hunter of all shapes and sizes.
She doesn't do cakes. When we do cakes sometimes, we like, our redneck cake is my favorite dessert in the world. Yellow cake, chocolate frosting. It's called redneck cake. But Michelle doesn't do a lot of cake. She does a lemon, but everything she makes almost is for dessert is a homemade dessert. Bread pudding, she does this Oreo dessert. She does this brownie stuff that she makes a lot of times. I know I'm forgetting some desserts that she does, but she does homemade desserts all the time. Well, so you get a homemade dessert up here. You get homemade chocolate chip cookies every day. And she made cookies by accident the first time. Or not by accident, she just made cookies at lunchtime one time. It's such a hit, she started doing them before. Well, now if I had $1 for every cookie she's made in the last 30 years, we could retire, like in Tahiti or something, because she makes a lot of cookies and they get eaten and they're famous. Everybody wants to eat her cookies.
My daily routine during hunting season is always running late, typically. Gosh, it usually stops at a grocery store, and because I can't do everything from Cisco Foods, so usually a stop at the grocery store. Heaven help me that I remember everything. It's list on list on list. So hopefully I've gotten everything that'll get my lunch prepared and dinner prepared, because that's when I do everything for dinner is during the morning. But I'll come out here, start my cookie dough, and I've usually told the girls, I'll leave them a note at night telling them what soup to pull out, and I'll have the lunch meat thawed out, thawing out, whatever. And they will have or will be working on lunch meat trays, cheese trays, salad, filling all that stuff up. So when I get here, I start throwing together cookies. And I'll get the cookies going, get the soups going if they haven't. And they've got, like I say, they've got the lunch meat going or done by the time I get here. And I will crank cookies until they're done. Then we call in the troops because it's usually right at lunch that I get them all pulled out and finished. And sometimes I'll sit and have a bite to eat or visit during lunch. But typically I'll just start on dessert, preparing the night meal, getting that going. And like I say, hopefully I've got everything I need and I'm not having to text Jeff and say, hey, while you're scouting, please stop and get this or stop and get that. That might be a pecan. Yes or no?
Would you tell her if it didn't taste good? Would you tell her if that didn't taste good?
Would you? Is it a pecan or brown sugar?
1 for 3, 1 for 7.
I remember disgusting stuff.
I told you. Jameson, whoo, yes, Jameson will help me. He will stir, he will tear bread for bread pudding. Yes, they love it. Now Reese, he's more involved in the business end. He wants to come in here and see what's up. But Reese is going to be, making sure there's no cuss words and stuff. And Jameson's going to be cussing up a storm in the kitchen with me. That's okay. How clean are your hands, or does it matter?
You just
They're
got the brush.
dirty.
Yeah. They're dirty.
That doesn't matter.
Oh,
I'm changing clothes anyway. Hey, let's finish this one off. How about that?
Okay.
Hang on, Well, how about you don't climb? How about we just move the cakes?
Okay. Run number 3.
I don't want to wear it. Hey, be easy pulling that brush out. You're swinging that stuff.
It's starting to get sticky. It's thickening up. I couldn't imagine living a different lifestyle. I couldn't imagine doing anything differently. I'll go through my pictures and videos and stuff on my phone, or how they have the For You or the memories or whatever, and it'll be of out here. And I'm like, God, I hate to say it, but I'm so ready to get back to that. I love the summer. I love the grandkids coming, and staying and swimming and spoiling them and stuff. But my gosh, I miss all of this. I miss faces. It's just a family out here. And there's a huge, the older I get, I thought that would be different, that I'd be like, ugh, thank God it's off season. But it's getting to where I'm just ready for it, more and more, ready for it to start back up.
So 3,000 days in the hunting business, I'll bet we've had roast 500 times. Honestly, 500 times we've had roast. I don't give a shit if I ever eat roast again the rest of my life. The guides most have been the same way. The new guides love it at first. And it's a good meal. Customers like it because they don't get roast at home. Their wives don't cook roast beef. So they don't have roast and potatoes and carrots and stuff. But me, I'll never eat it again, I'm happy.
What would you call that?
That was the Husker fight song.
Oh.
I could tell he had white eyelids, so he likes the Husker fight song. It means he's from Nebraska.